Next up, we have Clara Sharma. Clara Sharma is a former human rights lawyer. She has worked with the United Nations on several research projects, focusing the majority of her time in corporate social responsibility, focusing specifically on the fashion industry in particular. Last year, she launched Iconable, an online platform dedicated to sustainable fashion. Iconable gives you the keys to build your own sustainable wardrobe that supports your values without ever compromising on your style. It also offers curated selection of sustainable clothing and accessories from brands around the world. Please give a warm welcome to Clara Sharma.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone. Thank you so much, Alex, for giving me the opportunity to be part of this fundraising tonight. So as Kelly said, when you learn another language that's not your mother tongue, you have to embrace your mistakes. So please be patient, because English is obviously not my mother tongue. So I'm just going to try to do my best. There may be some mistakes, but yeah, I hope it will be clear. So tonight I want to talk to you about fashion, and the fashion industry in particular. So as you may or may not know, the world today consumes 80 billion new pieces of clothing every year. This is approximately 400% more than what we consumed 2 decades ago. For example, in 1960, 95% of the clothes American people were wearing were made in the US, but today 97% of the clothes we are wearing are made in developing countries. In 1930, the average American woman owned only 9 outfits in her wardrobe, and today she owns approximately 30 outfits. So of course, this overconsumption of clothing has consequences, and one of the first one is environmental consequences. The clothing industry is the second largest polluter in the world, second only to oil, and most of our clothes today are made of synthetic materials like polyester, and the process of making polyester is extremely harmful to the people who make it, but also to our planet. So in these pictures, for example, on the pictures on the left, you see kids near a river in Bangladesh where polyester is made, because the regulations in these countries are so weak that basically companies have no regulations. They have no law to respect, so they just try to make as much polyester or synthetic materials as possible, and they don't really care about just discarding dirty water in the lake and the river, and then obviously this has consequences on the soil, on the food people eat, and this is one of the biggest problems right now in the fashion industry. The second issue is that synthetic materials are also the biggest source of microplastic pollutions in our ocean. So this concerns everybody here, because we all, unless you're a vegetarian, but we all eat fish. And there are good chances that the fish you eat has actually plastic in it. Because every time you wash polyester clothing in your washing machine, very, very fine particles go through our water system and end up in the ocean. And then obviously the fish eat them, and then we eat the fish, and you see the deal. So this is the first big problem, the environmental issues. The second one is a human rights issue. Since 97% of the clothes we wear today are made in developing countries where there is no regulation, no fair wages, no protection of the workers, companies just abuse it. There are roughly 45 million garment workers in the world. So 97% of these workers are in China, Cambodia, Bangladesh, far from our eyes, and 85% of these garment workers are actually women. They are aged between 16 and 25 years old. They usually work 14 to 16 hours a day for $68 per month. So this is slavery. It's modern slavery in all these factories where our clothes are made. In 2013, maybe you heard about this, but the Rana Plaza factory in Bangladesh collapsed. and killed 1,100 workers. This is just one of the examples. This was all over the news, so maybe you're familiar with the name. But these factories were actually making clothes for us, for Joy Fresh, for Primark, for H&M, and this is the clothes we wear every day. Child labor is also a huge problem in the fashion industry, especially in the leather industry. And bonded labor remains a serious challenge according to many reports, since the garment workers have to produce an insane amount of clothes per day, and if they don't produce this amount, they are not just get paid. So this is another very big problem in the fashion industry today. Now, how technology plays a role in making the fashion industry more accountable, making it more responsible? Well, we live in a world of social media, Facebook, Instagram, internet, so now everybody's closer to each other. We know today what happens in countries like Bangladesh, like China. We can't just look away. We know because we communicate. So a lot of different movements have been created. One of them is the Fashion Revolution Week during the anniversary of the Rana Plaza. So this is the picture on the left. Basically, the Fashion Revolution movement is a non-profit movement that was created by an NGO in the UK, and it incites people to ask brands who made my clothes. So basically, the goal is really to rebuild the link between the people who made the clothes and the people who wear the clothes, because a lot of time the link is just broken. You know, you just buy something in like a fast fashion store, and then you don't realize that somebody actually like made this clothes and somebody sews the clothing, you know. So this initiative is actually very interesting. It's made possible by technology, you know. So basically, people ask who made my clothes, and then garment workers or like artisans respond, I made your clothes, and then like people see each other, and when you see each other, you have more empathy for each other. Another very good tool is this app. This app called Good On You, and so this app, basically, you can all download it on your smartphone today. It provides ethical ratings on over 1,000 brands, and so basically you just type the name of the brands, and then you see how the brand does in terms of transparency, in terms of wages, the planet, animals, and then you know what you should buy or which brand you can support, and which brand is like, you know, a little bit like more complicated. And then you have to remember that every time you buy something, you make a vote. You know, every time you give your money to a brand that violates human rights, that pollutes our planet, because we all live in the same planet. It doesn't matter if it happens in Bangladesh or in China. At the end of the day, we all share the same planet. So next time you buy something, maybe just look into the brand, you know, go on this app, and it takes just a few seconds, you know, but this is made possible by technology, so I think we should really use it. Another very interesting thing recently is the innovation in fabrics, because obviously technology allows us to know better about what we can do, you know, what we can make, and the innovation in fabrics in the last year have been very, very spectacular. For example, this startup called Mango Materials is now producing biodegradable polyester, which could actually be a very good alternative to regular polyester, because basically regular polyester is just plastic. And so this polyester, it produces a very sustainable alternative. It can be biodegraded in the environment, and you know, then it's not a piece of clothing that ends up in landfills, because what we also don't know is that, or don't tell, is that a lot of our clothing end up in landfills, and it just stays there for thousands of years, because most of our clothing is made of plastic, and plastic doesn't biodegrade. So that could be a very good alternative. So the biodegradable polyester is on the left, and on the right, is very interesting too, is this company called Frumat, and they make leather out of apples, because leather is a very, very polluting material, because obviously we know that eating meat and things like that is not good, for our planet, because like raising animals, like it's a lot of water. For one steak, it's like tons of water, and like making leather is actually not a byproduct of the meat industry. So, for example, let's say you kill a cow for its meat. You think the skin is going to serve to make leather? Absolutely not. This is completely different. So cows are raised to make meat, and then cows our goats are raised to make leather. So this kind of initiative, making kind of leather with apples is actually like amazing, and it's made possible by the technology. Another company called Daiku have created a water-free and process chemical-free dyeing solution. Dyeing is also a big problem in the fashion industry because most of the time the water is just discarded again in like rivers, in the ocean, and then it's just pollutes, like our soil, our air, and everything. So trying to find like eco-friendly alternative to dyeing is actually a very, very important part of the future of fashion, and it's made possible by technology. But I still have to say something, even if technology is amazing and we are really making progress, I really want to take this time on the spot to emphasize to everybody that the fashion industry right now is a huge problem for our planet, for us, for people. So please, next time you want to buy a piece of clothing, just ask yourself one question: are you going to wear it at least 30 times? And if the response is yes, if the answer is yes, then go ahead, buy it and enjoy it. But if you're like, oh, I'm just buying this dress for a party, maybe don't buy it, maybe just rent it, and like the planet will thank you, and like everybody, your children, and we need to take responsibility. So as long as technology is like still trying, but it's not like perfect yet, let's just be more conscious about the way we shop. Thank you so much.
Any questions? Yes.
Oh, sorry. Just wondering, speaking of these new innovative fabrics, I was wondering what's your take on this idea? There's several companies now that basically recycle plastic bottles from the oceans or from landfills, and they transform them into this new kind of polyester that is actually fairly soft and nice to the touch, surprisingly so. And then companies like Rothy's, for example, that uses that polyester to make shoes, then they recycle those shoes basically once you've worn them off. So I was wondering, do you think that's a good idea? Is that something that should be encouraged, or is that something that just kind of perpetuates the problem?
I think it should be encouraged. I just think the main problem right now in the fashion industry is just overconsumption. But any initiative, to recycle, to try to transform clothes, even like buying second hand or things like that, just ways to try to like still use a product, to give another life to a product, is always great. So only thing is that the problem is buying too much. So if this company makes too much, then it's going to be a problem. So people buy too much and then they don't wear it, and then they just throw it away. I think the problem is more about being conscious that we don't need this much clothes. Yeah, nobody needs this much clothes, But initiatives like that are amazing, but it doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't solve the issue.
Très bien, merci beaucoup. And everybody, things that are happening in the world now are crazy. There are 1,000,001 things that are crazy, but the overconsumption and the overproduction of clothing and food and everything, it's a huge, huge issue in terms of climate change, global warming, and just whether we have a future for our children. So thank you very much. In these efforts, let's all try to go to www.iconable.com. You can even do it during the next presentation. In order to support a very, very important mission.